In this video I will show you how to use the new image match functions to automate adding a specific animated GIF to the WhatsApp web application's chat window. WhatsApp has an image button next to the chat message input field that allows you to add emojis, GIFs and other things. We will automate this process to show the dude animated GIF without clicking through the menus ourselves. The first thing we'll do is to use the get location region image match action to get the exact coordinates on screen of the area that matches our given image. So we select the matching image and we want to store the X component in local value 1 and the Y component in local value 2. To be able to use this action, we need to specify a region on your screen using the alternative coordinate space. TouchPortal shows these in the title bar as a helper. We check the location of the WhatsApp image button and choose a region in which we expect the image to be when we use this action. Important to know is that the bigger the region, the slower this action will perform. So for this tutorial we'll use a region on the x-axis between 4100 and 4200 and on the y-axis between 707 and 777. We leave the rest of the settings as is, which means we want a close enough match that is found fast. This to cover small pixel color differences and cropping artifacts. We now have the coordinates of the image, but in case the action could not find a match, meaning the WhatsApp website is not open in the space on the desktop, we use the if statement to check if we get a valid coordinate. When it's not found, the action will set the coordinates to -1, so we check for this. Now that we know that the image button is present, we can start our actual sequence. We start by adding the click region image match to click on the image button in WhatsApp. We use the same setting as the previous image match action, but we use an offset to click. This allows us to click with an offset from the found origin of our image match. We press apply and press our button to see what it does. Our next step is to press on the image button showing GIF. We add a wait for timer action of 500 milliseconds first to take into account that the window pop-up is not available right away after you have clicked the image button. It takes a few milliseconds to appear. We will use the get location region image match action again for the next steps because we want to click relatively to the location of this button. We do similar steps as we did before and use a region that contains the image button. Now to do the actual click, we'll use the newly added mouse click roll action. This action allows us to use values and states as the coordinates. In this case, we will use the coordinates we got from the previous action. We press apply again and test our button so far. As you can see, it now opens the GIF overview. The reason we wanted to click relatively to the GIF button from now on is that the GIFs are animated, so an image match cannot be done. We add a wait for timer again to ensure the GIF overview is showing. And we then add a write text action with the text dude to get the dude animation showing. This will show the GIF we want in the top left corner, so we use the advanced calculations action to change the coordinates stored in local value 1 and 2 with the relative difference between the location of the GIF image button and the actual dude GIF preview button. We then use the mouse click roll action again to actually select the GIF. Let's see the finished button in action. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.